Hi everybody, I'm ARLEN SCHUMER. It's July 20th, 50 years since man landed on the moon. And it's been 50 years and $50,000 plus in student loans that I finally have my MFA degree. So here is my exhibit based on not only the work that I did for the last 3 years at Marywood, which are represented by these 5 posters, but starting here are the 3 books I did for my thesis degree. One on the Max Fleischer Superman cartoons in the 1940s, one a revised edition of my earlier book on the Twilight Zone from 1990, a book on Ira Schnapp, the great letterer for DC Comics for 30 years, and then I added for display the children's book that I did, my version of the John Henry story, which was part of the Marywood curriculum, and I'm very proud of how that turned out because it's my first illustration project that I used my pencils as the finished art that I just added in the computer, the sepia tone that you see, which I felt fit the whole John Henry mold. But moving up, the Schnapp book is based on an exhibit I did at the Type Directors Club in New York City, where Marywood just happens to have their New York headquarters. So when I did this exhibit, before I even entered Marywood, I always knew I wanted to do a book based on the exhibit. Just like when you go to art exhibits, there's always a book you can buy. So for my MFA, I said, I'll do a book about my exhibit. And those are these color spreads. And here's the book I ended up doing about Ira Schnapp, who I consider one of the greatest hand letterers of the 20th century. And many of these spreads are on the wall here. And then of course we move up to my Twilight Zone book, which I call Visions from the Twilight Zone, meaning the television images treated like black and white art photography, and the dialogue and narration from other episodes treated like poetry, and then I combine them into these kind of surrealistic collages. And that's what Visions from the Twilight Zone is. When everyone is beautiful, no one will be, because without ugliness, there can be no beauty. That's dialogue from one episode with images from other episodes, text written by me, comparing Twilight Zone to other things in American culture. I mean, there's Grant Wood's American Gothic, and there's Rod Serling's television American Gothic. You see? And then at the top, we have my book about the Max Fleischer Superman cartoons that I'm very proud of because I got to translate. You know, these cartoons are available on DVD, and I was able to get screen transfers of high quality enough to do a coffee table book that treats those images like the art that they are. And I chose some of the best spreads to put on the wall here. I think this image of Superman, like a Greek gladiator, a Roman gladiator fighting the ray, and you know, on this side of the page, I tell the story of the cartoon in a coffee table book format, but like a comic book. And you can see how I manipulate. Whoa! You okay, Steve?
Go ahead.
Wow.
It makes for a very good video. Keep it going.
Anyway, if you look at some of the layouts up here, how in print I'm able to show Superman flying up out of the frame, but composing it like a comic book page. Anyway, I think to wrap up, thanks everybody. I think this exhibit is on for another week here at Marywood in Scranton. And you can visit me at arlenschumer.com. And I hope to take this MFA degree and maybe parlay it into maybe teaching college level this kind of American pop culture. So thanks everybody. I'll see you in the funny pages.